Hi friends! There's no Magical Girl shows airing today, so I thought it would be a perfect day to talk about next year and what to expect, or what we know about the future of Magical Girls on Sunday mornings. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Ayumi. I am a big Magical Girl fan, have been since 1992 probably, and I have been keeping up with and watching Magical Girls basically anytime they're out. I watch almost everything. And one of my favorite things right now is that every Sunday morning, three different Magical Girls shows are airing back to back. So up here we have two different shows. So at 9 o'clock we get Princess Session Orchestra, which stars Princess Ripple, as you see here. And then at 9:30 we get Himitsu no Aipri, or Secret Aipri, which airs and stars Himari, though she's not really a central character in the second season. So yeah, this block, which started in April of 2025, is known as Princess Sunday. It's a very interesting kind of block because it is airing literally at the same time as Superhero Time, which is Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, and that's the last time I'm going to talk about those series in this video. Now, of course, at 8:30, we do have PreCure on TV Asahi, so that's a different channel. But yes, basically, Sunday mornings are great for me as a Magical Girl fan living in Japan. That being said, one of the things that we're a little worried about is what on earth is going to happen next year. The easy question is what's happening to PreCure. PreCure is continuing. We already know. I'll do another video about how this news comes out, but we know we got the trademark for Star Detective PreCure at the end of November. We got the silhouettes, which you could probably see around on the internet already just a few days ago. And yeah, we're going to expect more news in exactly 1 week from now. So that's all settled. PreCure is continuing. It's probably never going to die. It's the #1 selling girls' toy franchise in Japan, so we're set. I'm going to get into iPre next, even though it does air after Princess and Orchestra, just because, like, this is a matter of it being a longer franchise. iPre is part of the Pretty series overall, which had been airing constantly for 11 years before ending with Watcha Primaji before they could do a season 2, even though the arcade game, which is part of what this series is all for, did continue without a show to match. iPre, of course, also has its own arcade game, which has been doing really well. In fact, a Korean and Taiwanese dub also came out this year for the first season, and the arcade game has also been transported there. So this series seems to be very successful, and things are definitely selling better. Some iPre toys have even made it into the top 10 girls' toys in Japan throughout this year, so things seem to be doing great. However, in comparison to season 2's announcements, we have gotten no news whatsoever. Back in November of 2024, which, you know, was a million years ago, we did get the initial announcement at that time of the coming second season. At that time, we didn't have any other information except for that, and then they eventually did dole out this promotional image here, which introduced all the new characters that we got in the second season, which is known as the Ring arc because of Princess Ring Clover. But yeah, we have had nothing of that sort. Now, we do have a movie coming in March, which I'm very excited about. I will absolutely be there and seated. But we don't really know anything else about what is going to happen after that, basically. So we know there's going to be a movie, but they still haven't announced a second season, which would be awesome to have. Getting back to Princess and Orchestra. Now, Pre-Orche is a very unique situation because this was a completely original new TV-only franchise, which did eventually also sell toys, etc. And they doled out the news about this very slowly, in a way that was almost excruciating, but no, exciting. And the story overall doesn't really feel like one that would lend itself to a continuation in a second season, though I would absolutely not mind if that happened. But it has been growing as a franchise over the course of this, since April, since it started airing. But what I do want to point out that's interesting is that there is going to be a junior novel published in March as well. This means that even if the franchise actually comes to a close in March, there will probably still be more merchandising. The merchandising has been very popular. They actually just recently announced that they hadn't intended to do a second series of merch for the first trio of villains, but the Bandsnatch Boys are so popular that they just have no choice. They have to make more merch. They actually announced it that way, which was like so funny because, like, of course, if you watch the series, you know they're awesome. We love good villains in the magical girl world. But yeah, this was, obviously very unique, especially even coming from the head writer, Kaneko, having done Symphogear previously, which was always a one core season magical girl series, having one that was going all year long and like having a lot of like very slow progression of the story has been really fun and really fascinating. And if you haven't been watching the series, you absolutely should. There are very high quality fan subs of this series. It did not get officially licensed outside of India in English, which is interesting, and I love that for Indian fans. But yeah, basically everyone else is a little out of luck. The fan subs are high quality, and that's coming from me as a translator. We do have something else to keep in mind, and that is the Studio Pierrot series, Magical Sisters Luluto Lily. So this is a series that has been slowly announced. This is a return to the form for Studio Pierrot, which of course did Creamy Mommy, Magical Emmy, etc. Now we have no news about how long the series is going to be yet. We do know that it will premiere in April, which is when those other series will be finished. So a lot of people do speculate that it will be replacing one of those shows. However, we don't know how long the series is going to be. If it's a 1 year long, fantastic. We love to see it. We don't really know much about the intention of merchandising as well. And of course, following the rules of the show, the tagline does mention the year-long secrets that these girls are going to keep, but that doesn't necessarily mean the series is actually going to be running for a whole year, aka 4 cours, aka, roughly 50 episodes, as much as we would love to see that. Pastel Yumi, which is an interesting one because the title includes an idol, but there's no idol in the show. This one actually didn't air for the allotted time that was intended due to the complaints from parents about the fan service. Obviously, that was many, many years ago. The way that they've been doling out the news for this one, I'm hopeful that it's a year long, but we can't be sure. We can't be sure with reboots and things like that. So You and Idol PreCure will finish in January. We have a few more episodes left. And we'll get Star Detective PreCure in February. April, we do get Lulu to Lily, but we also probably will have the end of Pre-Orche and iPre-R, and maybe the iPre franchise as a whole, unless they announce something else we don't know yet. And unfortunately, otherwise, we don't have any other news about upcoming magical girl shows that are for kids. This is an important distinction, right? Because there are other shows that are for an older audience, and we can get to that at another time. I mean, I'm not super worried on the merchandising front, just because, for one thing, Teeny Ping's Japanese dub is doing really well. I saw it ranking higher than PreCure today when I was on Amazon. One of the other things is that for girls' toys, it's not just magical girl shows that are really big. It's also the silly little guy shows, right? The Sumikos and the Ichikawas, right? Those are also really, really big when it comes to what is ranking in the girls' toys. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that we could still expect a sequel for Pre-Orche or iPre? If you want to hear me yap more about magical girls, Sparkle Side Chats is my podcast all about them. Feel free to like, comment, share, and all of that. Okay, bye.